So I'm sure this thing is, well, I've actually read half of it in like one night so far. I can't wait to finish it, but we're going to get into it today. So thanks for watching. Let's get into it.
Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's a madcap video for you today because this is the 20th of February 2025. 4 weeks from now, we're gonna get Yasuke, the simulator game. I know, I butchered that title, but I had to get you to watch this video today because if I can't help, then maybe my two lovelies right here can, or should that be four lovelies if you get my drift. But let's walk on over, folks, to the Steam page right here where I left a comment. Yasuke must have bad mouthing dubbing to optional dialects and needs to get it on with busty white chicks with visible hints of cleavage. I'm all for that, aren't you? But without further ado, folks, because I've got a few things to say about this, and by the way, yes, you heard correctly, this game is being released on the 20th of March, the same time that Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows, also featuring a historically accurate Yasuke, is being released. I wonder who will be playing what more of. I wonder.
Yes, hallelujah, it's the video show. And now, the man the BBC calls
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog.
I am Oda Nobunaga. I am Tamayo. You shall be my samurai.
I am Oda Nobunaga. I am Daimyo. You shall be my samurai, Yasuke. You will help me unify Japan. Go now to the streets. Fight your way up to Takatenjin Castle, controlled by the Takeda clan.
Foreigner.
Yep, pirate ships. I said this. You actually get points for shooting down people. Yes, a Model A sports car in 1579, feudal Japan, folks. Very Uncharted. No! Are those Japanese lanterns? Please wishlist now. Absolutely. I can't believe this is what we get to see. That is such a crime against humanity. It really is. Now, just to prove to you folks, I am wishlisting. I'm going to do that right now. I don't know what the actual price for this game is, but honestly, I'm more than happy to pay. And believe it or not, the actual people behind the game are known as historically accurate developers, rubbing that salt into Yves Guillemot's wounds over at Ubisoft. I think that's absolutely hysterical. And look, something I've always said, I've been very critical about it regarding the official Assassin's Creed game from Ubisoft. They have taken Yasuke and the mythology about him oh so seriously that by this point, if they spin the truth enough, you have to believe it, right? I mean, bringing in wokey dokies like Thomas Lockley, who is sat in front of a outrageous black man, because if you say anything wrong about him from Black Experience Japan YouTube channel, then you're actually insulting him, when all that guy is doing is listening to Tom Lockley's opinions about Yasuke. I mean, to be honest, out of those two people, I would say Thomas is more of the guilty shill in this case for Yasuke, almost like the man's in love with him or something, or the mythology.
Valiano took him as his bodyguard to Japan. In Japan, he causes a sensation. He's the first person of African descent to be seen in the center of Japan.
It's rather bizarre, actually. So I will say this much, and I'm going to say this point again, right? When you take a already established history or lore, but you want to forcibly insert diversity into it and tell everybody else this is the absolute truth, then I would say just do what historically accurate game developers have done here, which is not just embrace the meme, but make it an absolute parody. And go through this trailer, the short span of time that we had it for, it just ticks all my boxes. It's fun, it's ridiculous. I'm hoping there are busty white chicks that Yasuke can make out with afterwards as a reward, because I tell you what, if these game developers have not thought about that, they're gonna get a letter from me. I know, it's 2025, and apparently, folks, we still write letters with a pen and paper. Well, I certainly do, because I'm an old-fashioned man with some old-fashioned values. Namely, if I go out with a girl on the first date, I expect to get a nice big French wet tongue afterwards. But what did you think? The Yasuke simulator, was it something that tickled your fancy? Because it certainly tickled mine. And before I sign off, folks, we should probably check and see where this is currently positioned on the Steam DB charts. 1,792 on the wish lists. I'm hoping by today that this will change. It hasn't yet. And only 799 followers, which, you know what, give it time. People will soon see the signal boosting from not just my channel, but other channels out there like Smash JT. And did you enjoy my little trolling on Alyssa McConte's live stream last night where she was playing the Avowed game from Obsidian? It's your friend of mine, Alyssa McConte, playing Avowed, really shilling for Obsidian Studios, or as I like to call them, Obsidian. And who's raiding the chat? Yours truly. Check it out. The game that she actually said was about colonialism. Is she absolutely kidding? Or is she good friends with Matthew Hansen, the man who wants to eradicate white men and women from the world of video games? Because of course he and Alyssa would absolutely align with their insane messages. And speaking of insane, folks, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure you give it a like, smash and like all the other buttons you can see, and if you like buttons, you might like these too. And on that one, I will catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
I am Oda Nobunaga. I am Daimyo. You shall be my samurai.
Shit, Negro, that's all you had to say.